Nottingham Forest are celebrating a special 1-0 win at Liverpool to inflict Arne Slot's first defeat as Reds boss. We can hear from Yates now, alongside match winner Callum Hudson-Odoi.
On the subs, you obviously had fresh legs for that second half. So what were the instructions that Nuno gave you and what he told you about the game plan, especially before the match as well, when you started on the bench?
I think obviously we knew at a certain point that we're going to come on, hopefully. And obviously we're fresh legs, as you said, so it gives us the space to run in behind and obviously cause problems, which obviously we did. And as I said, before the game, he told us, listen, just go out there, express yourself, be yourself, and try and make an impact, which is what we've done. So we're buzzing with the win. Obviously, as I said, we go again next week.
Yeah, and can you talk us through the goal? Because it was a nice shot. What was your vision when you were trying to, just cut on the inside?
No, do you know what it is? Like, I saw the corner, I saw there was space to hit it, and obviously as soon as I hit it, I knew there was a good chance of going in. Do you know what I mean? So obviously I'm delighted with the goal. I said the boys, we dug throughout the whole game, and obviously it was a well-deserved, I think, win for us, definitely. We dug in from the bottom, and we started well, and we ended well. So buzzing with the win, as I said, we go again next week.
How do you express yourself and show this freedom at Anfield, one of the toughest grounds in the Premier League,
I think the manager, that's what he instills in us every single day. He can give us instructions, but he just gives us that belief that we're good footballers, and wherever we go, whether we're playing at the City Ground or Anfield today, just to not change our style, and we've got to respect the opponents. But yeah, we really showed our quality, and I think we're good for the win.
And defended really well, especially in the first half. What was key to disrupt Liverpool's flow?
We know that if they get the crowd on side here, it's really powerful. We tried to have spells of possession. We knew they'd go man for man at the back and they'd leave spaces. We tried to exploit that when we could, limit our mistakes. Luckily, I got away with mine. The defence were fantastic, but that's from front to back.
55 years. It's been 55 years the last time Forest won here in the league. So how big does it feel and how much of a boost is it for you guys for the rest of the season?
Definitely, it's a massive win. Of course, as I said, coming here is crazy. The atmosphere is amazing, obviously. And for us, we wanted to know that it was going to be a tough game from the start. So we made sure that we had the right mentality from the beginning, determination, which we showed throughout the whole game. So yeah, we're really buzzing with that. 55 years and then now it's done. So as I said, we're happy with what was happened today, but we can't just rely on this. We've got to go again and go next week.
Well done, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant performance. And I suppose, essentially, the most important, display off the bench from Callum Hudson-Odoi, Karen.
Yeah, I mean, you know what he's going to do when he's on that left. He's going to chop in onto that right foot. And he said he saw the little gap, but you still have to execute it. You still have to do it. And, I thought he did really well. And we spoke about it, the counter-attack. It was always going to be their threat. Credit to them, Forest have nullified all the chances. There's a poor turnover there from Nunez. He's got to hold that up. And then this is a brilliant pass in behind. Liverpool trying to keep that high line, but it's a great ball. And then, obviously, he was up against the right back that just come on as well. So he's thinking, I'll get right at him and give him a bit of a run there. And fair play to Hudson-Odoi. It was a good finish.
It's a great ball, isn't it, from Malanga, but he still had an awful lot to do, Hudson-Odoi. I mean, he picks the ball up there, and OK, if he goes past one, but he's still got Canate covering Conor Bradley, so he's almost got to wriggle past two, and he wriggles past one and uses Canate almost to bend it round right into that far corner. Everybody knows where he's wanting to put it, but as Karen says, that's the easy bit. The execution is the hard bit, and as you can see, Alisson nowhere near it. It had pace, it had direction, and it was a lovely finish.
As a visiting team to Anfield, is that the perfect way to come away with all 3 points?
3 points at Anfield doesn't matter how you do it.
Does that go down as a smash and grab then?
I wouldn't say that was a smash and grab. I thought it was quite controlled from them, but to go to Anfield and get 3 points. But I do think, though, maybe Slot's subs didn't really help. Moving Trent out of there, bringing Bradley on, who I thought
got undone for the...
He struggled slightly, Bradley, today, and he's a top young player, no question about it. But I thought maybe I don't know what, the subs didn't really kick Liverpool on a gear, and I thought in that 1v1 and a couple of times he wasn't quite there today.
The difficulty is we don't know the state of everybody. We don't know when they came back from international duty. Was it in the middle of the night? You know, how many miles they travelled. So
and that can make a difference.
Well, I just thought McAllister's your centre midfield player. He's won a World Cup. He's an unbelievable player. And putting a right back into midfield. I know everybody thinks that Trent can play midfield, and he can. But I just thought, well, that's a bit strict. But we know that he's been doing plenty of travelling. So you've got all that going on through the manager's mind. So you're trying to guess that as well. So as much as we can, you know, say, I'm not sure about that, and what about that substitution? You know, he knows how they're all feeling. He knows the miles that they've done. He knows the minutes that they've played. So you've got to give him a little bit of slack.
Mo Salah being one of them?
Mo Salah being one of them. I mean, another player, he played out in Egypt, and then I think he went to Botswana. So a fair bit of travelling from Mo Salah, and you know, if we're looking for an excuse for him, then there it is, a lot of travelling. He just was not at the races today. Everything he did seemed to not come off. You know, overhitting a ball there. His touch was poor. His decision making was really poor. He was shooting from tight angles and passing when he should have shot, and you know, and we just saw this throughout the whole game. It was just we know Mo Salah can have games like this. I mean, his numbers are absolutely outstanding, but we do know that his touch can be a little bit ropey at times. His decision-making, when to shoot, when to pass, can be a little bit questionable at times. But today, everything he tried, Karen, didn't come off.
I think it is the hardest time for a player coming off international duty. I don't know about you, Mo, but I definitely struggled, whether it be different styles, the travel, the energy. Sometimes it's just that connection and that fluidity, but we understand that, but you'd hope that doesn't cost Liverpool down the line.
Yeah.
Because you have to be so clean to try and win this Premier League, and I hope that doesn't, after the international break, doesn't come and bite them.
I'll tell you what, let's get some post-match reaction to that shock win then for Nottingham Forest. Let's hear from the Liverpool goalkeeper. Here's Alisson.
Alisson, how do you describe that result today and the performance?
It was a shame. Losing points at home is not good at all. But the opponent today was clear the way they want to play. They want only defend and play for one ball. We gave them this ball too easy when they score. Poor defensive from us. With the ball as well, we couldn't create much because of the way they defended, and also because of ourselves, a little bit lack of quality. Today, maybe more energy. Unfortunately, it's 3 points that we lost today were unnecessary.
And I'm sure frustrating as well, because you did have so many opportunities and just couldn't break them down. Why do you think that was?
Yeah, all the opportunities we had were not clear enough to score. I think the way they defend was great. They came here, they throw themselves in front of the ball. It's hard to play against 11 players inside of the box. I think that's the reason, and maybe because we lack a little bit of quality today. We have to work for these things don't happen again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there's no doubt Liverpool were the dominant force. Well, with the ball, I mean, 70% possession compared to Nottingham Forest 30. 5 shots on target only of their 14 shots on goal. I mean, that will come as pretty disappointing, really, for Arne Slot. And expected goals, they only really edged Forest in the end. I just wonder, and you talk about the unexpected, I suppose the unpredictability to certain sides after the international break. Will that mark Arne Slot's card for the October break now to see, the next game, we've just got to be careful this doesn't happen again?
Maybe. I mean, we're suggesting that could be a reason, because that wasn't a typical Liverpool game.
Well, it's very different to what we've seen already.
Absolutely, yeah. They've been very good in their 3 games. They left for international duty in red-hot form, beating Manchester United away 3-0. So it's just not what we expect. So we're scratching around thinking, right, what's different? And we've looked at it and thought, well, the preparation's different. And it can often be the case. We often hear managers using that excuse after international duty, especially if you're playing on the early game as well, the 12:30 game. So that's the reasoning that I think they might have been a little bit sluggish, lots of miles in the legs, tiredness, etc. But it all depends on what Arne Slot thinks. If he might think there's something else why they didn't play so well today. But if that's what he thinks as well, that'll mark his card for next time.
Yeah.
The Premier League or all divisions in the world, it's the same thing. If you've done all that travelling, you come back, the first game back can be tricky.
And we should leave the final word to Nottingham Forest. I mean, it's a historic win as far as they're concerned. And it takes them 4 unbeaten at the start of this season, and not many would have seen that coming.
No, like solid, and you saw the possession stats there. They had 30%, but there's still an element of control in their performance today, even without the ball. So you have to give them credit. They were solid, and when they had the opportunity to win the game, they won it, and they were clinical with it. But yeah, impressive. They look a strong United team, and anyone will find it difficult to play against, and try and break them down will be hard.
Yeah. OK, excellent stuff from Nuno Espirito Santo's men. Let's take you around the grounds.